Hi, in this video we are going to analyze how we can look at the performance of a strategy from a backtesting report. So the strategy that I have chosen is the 5 EMA strategy that I had built last week. So if you haven't gone through my last video, I would suggest you have a look at that video first and then come in and watch this video. So the link of that particular video will be added in the description. Do check that out. So in this particular strategy, I will first show you the backtest report for this particular strategy. So like when I built this strategy, a lot of you had commented that this strategy is actually not a very good strategy, and the report is quite bad. So if you notice this equity curve that you are seeing out here, this is the overall equity curve that the strategy would have generated based on your initial capital and based on the returns that it is generating. Now, when you look at this equity curve, you will notice there are two things. One is that the equity curve is going completely down like that. So it is going down at an angle of around 45 degrees. Now, when you look at something like this, your first instinct would be that you do not want to pursue this strategy. However, if you do not pursue this strategy, you would be missing one point here. The point is that when you are trading in the market, there are two things that you are trying to exploit. One thing is the edge that you are trying to use, and the other is the trades that you are making. So by this kind of a report, you're getting that the edge that you are making, the 45-degree line, is the edge that you have. So this report is telling you that the edge that you're trying to exploit is very much there, but what you have not got is the right trades, which means that you are trying to take a long trade, but the market is actually giving you a short movement. At the same time, when you're trying to make a short trade, the market is giving you a long movement. So that is the mistake that you're making, which is why you're seeing a backtest report like this. So in this particular situation, how can we fix a report like this? So in this case, what we can do is that we have the same strategy, the exact same setup. Only thing what we are doing is that we are inverting our trades, which means that previously if we were taking a buy trade, we are now taking a sell trade. So I have pretty much the exact same strategy out here. Again, I will link the strategy in the description. You can have a look at it if you like and duplicate it. And like last time, I won't forget the link this time. So if you see my positions out here, in the original strategy, this would ideally be a buy trade that was there. But out here, I have modified it to a sell trade. At the same time, for my set two entry, instead of my buy for a call, I have now made it as a sell for a call, which means I'm just inverting the direction that I'm trading in. So by just doing a simple change like this, you can see that if I go to the backtest report for this particular strategy, which is sell 5 EMA power of stocks, I will be able to generate a report like this. Now, if I open this report, you will be able to see that the situation has completely changed. Out here, you can see that instead of what was first a equity curve going straight down is now actually trending up, which means that just by changing the instruments, I have gotten a fairly good return out of a strategy that would otherwise be something that I would just completely avoid or abandon. Now, from this strategy, there are some finer nuances that you will be able to see. So let's say if you are having something like this, where you can see that very regularly your profits are coming in, but at the same time you're also facing large amount of losses. So if you see this kind of a curve, like or if you can have a look at the drawdown plot. A drawdown plot is basically how much from the peak does your strategy fall. So if you see that, you are seeing that at a certain time the drawdown is as high as 20%, which means that if you are trading this with a capital of, let's say, around 2 lakhs, there could be easily be a 40,000 rupee drawdown, which is something extremely huge. So now, after we have fixed the direction of the strategy, we now need to optimize for how much drawdown is being taken, because drawdown is what will test your psychology, and your psychology is what we need to improve on, so that we can stay in the trade, continue trading, and therefore make a long-term sustainable return out of trading in this strategy. So now, in order to reduce my drawdown, there could be two different situations. One could be that I increase my target. So by increasing the target, the amount of return will increase, and I could reduce my stop loss. So I will not go into reducing the stop loss because that would alter the logic of the strategy. But the target is something that I can definitely play around with. So in order to achieve that, I have moved this strategy from a 1:3. So my original strategy was based on a stop loss of 1 and target of 3. So if I was having a stop loss of 10 points, I would actually make a point to have a target of 30 points, and so on. So let's test it with other numbers. So if I increase my target, now let's see what happens. So previously, if my stop loss was 10 points, now I'm making 40 points as my target. Let's see what happens. So I will just go to my backtests, and I will find a report where I'm looking at um, power of stocks 1:4. So this is my 1:4 strategy. Um, and I will check the PDF of the report now. So in this report, if you now notice, you are seeing that as compared to the previous report, the returns have significantly reduced, which means that doing the 1:4 logic is definitely working against us. If you think of it, when you are trying to increase your target out of the trade you are taking, but you're keeping your stop loss the same, then it is possible that the market moves from one point, and it moves in your direction, but then after moving in your direction, it goes and hits your stop loss, which is why your losses increase, and the targets that you have actually reduce. So you're not able to generate that kind of return from as compared to what you are looking at. So now we know that increasing the target is not working. So let's see, if we think counterintuitively and we reduce the target, what happens in that kind of a situation. So in this particular strategy, I have actually reduced my target, so that it is maybe when I'm going right, my profit amount is coming quickly, and I will exit at a 1:2 target. So let's see what happens in that case. So in this strategy, all I have done is that my RR number, which was previously 1:3, has now been changed from 3, and I have made it number 2. So by making it number 2 for both my sets, let's see what result does it have in my backtest. So I will just quickly open the backtest PDF for that, and let's analyze the PDF. Now, if you see, this PDF is looking much more promising. This is because you're seeing that all the previous drawdowns that we were seeing, the large drawdowns that we were seeing, and sudden drawdowns that we were seeing, have now been fairly smoothened out. We will now look at the drawdown plot. So in this, now you can see that the drawdown plot has again changed. Previously, what was 20% has now reduced to 8%, which means that this is something that is actually taking me where I want to go, to have a low drawdown and to have a significant return from that. Now, by doing this, I can take this one step even more further. So previously, if I was looking at a target of 20 points, let's see what happens if I further reduce my target. Instead of 20 points, if I make it 15 points, which means I'm looking at a RR of 1.5. Previously, I was looking at an RR of 2. Now let's see if I look at an RR of 1.5, what happens. So if I go to the strategy where I'm looking at 1.5 and download the PDF for that, I'll be able to see that this particular report is actually giving a fairly even more smoothened curve, which means that if I compare it against this particular report, um, this a particular report along with the stats of this report, I'm seeing that reducing the RR is actually helping me gain a better advantage in this particular strategy. So this is the point that I'm trying to bring from this video, that whenever you see a particular strategy, don't just jump to the conclusion based on a single backtest report. Run multiple backtests with multiple different situations, and see which situation is actually taking you towards your end goal of making significant returns with low drawdowns. So based on that, you can take more educated trades in the market. Now, one away from this video would be that you can modify this strategy based on a trailing stop loss. So we have something like a trailing stop loss available in the advanced settings. modify the trailing stop losses out here and see which trailing stop loss works best for your particular trading style. Again, add these trailing stop losses, test it with different numbers, see what works best for your particular understanding, your particular view of the market, and based on that, trade the markets. So I hope this video helped. Thank you very much for your time. Until the next video. Goodbye.